Welcome everyone to another very special edition of Chat, Grapple and Cheap Pops podcast. I am Chris Dredd, wearing possibly the worst fucking football shirt ever designed, featuring a company that possibly doesn't exist anymore, but we'll get to that. I'm here with my main man, JB, the fucking Don. What's going on, bruv?
Man, all
You
good.
boys,
All
you-
good. We are counting down. We are counting down the days because we are on our way to the clash at the castle.
we're on our way, mate. We're on our way.
And we hope that some of you would even be on your way as well, and maybe even listening to this as you are on your way. So
Yeah, I mean,
check in.
This is getting dropped around the time of travel. I mean, when do you reckon we're going to drop this? Probably Thursday,
It's likely
Friday?
to be a Thursday, so people
Yeah.
can get it ready, hooked up
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
Friday travel day,
Yeah.
just like us. I am in a good mood. I am buzzing. My football team, the great Arsenal, beat Tony Khan's lousy, cheating, dirty dog football team Fulham just now. Just like
Bro, I come back from London. Yeah, I work in London. I come back today on the train. I'm a Tottenham fan, so Arsenal are like my fucking arch rivals. I've never seen so many different fucking Arsenal shirts. How many different shirts have you guys got at the moment out that are like, bruv, the
Okay.
blue one, the black one,
Okay.
the red one, the fucking Jamaica one? Come on.
Yes,
fam.
let's. I can break this down quickly enough. There's the home one, which is red. There's the away one, which is black.
Yeah.
There's the third kit, which is pink.
Is blue. Oh, pink.
Pink.
What about the blue one?
Blue one might have been from God knows from last season. I don't know.
That was quite nice. The
we've
light
also
sky
got
blue. Yeah.
light sky blue, possibly. There's a grey one, which is the training one.
Right.
There's
Jamaica
there's
one.
the Jamaica one that came out this week, which is another, like I said, commemorating Notting Hill Carnival or something. I don't know. Like,
yeah.
I'm part Jamaican here. Like, did I get one chucked my way? No. How rude.
Bomba clot. You know what I mean? He didn't get his shirt, fam.
I was drinking a can of ting like last week and everything.
Eating some fucking ackee and saltfish, didn't get nothing, bro. Yeah, but honestly, you fans are fucking. I feel for you, man, because them shirts, you're looking like 75 boy a shirt, no?
Yeah.
Like, come on, blood. Getting rinsed, fam.
It's a lot. But
a lot.
As of right now, and I have to do this, like I said, Arsenal beat Fulham, Tony Khan's team. The man that loves to tweet about everything is silent.
Is he not tweeted nothing about the game? No, of course he hasn't.
Nah.
We spoke about
Man loves catching L's, doesn't he?
But we spoke about this with Billy Barty, isn't it? Yeah. We spoke about this exact thing and about when is it that the Fulham fans are going to actually start going, hold on a minute, like where's our chairman? Where's our
apparently he's the director of football.
Oh yeah,
which is a scary prospect because I think he doesn't know the rules of football.
I was going to say, does he know the offside rule? Yes or no?
Nah.
Because definitely not the nuances of it. You know what I mean?
No. I would doubt that very much.
So the striker has to be behind the defense. You know what I mean? Like
I can just imagine when he celebrates a goal, he stamps his foot.
Of course he does. Knob in his hand,
like his promos.
9 nights from tonight.
Oh no, 9 nights.
So
that is a legendary promo. Even if AEW ever go under, the 9 nights, that will be the one that's parodied like Scott Steiner's like mathematics. That will be the one.
Which is possibly the greatest promo of all time.
Yeah, now it is like one of the most hilarious, greatest promos of all time. Shout out Scotty Steiner.
Shout out to Scotty Steiner. I mean, I heard the rumors as well, like the story that Conrad actually got hold of the big gold belt. He bought it from Scott Steiner. Scott Steiner sold it to him for like 30 grand or something like that, 20 grand.
Conrad's got more money than sense, but we'll get to him later.
Okay, that's fine. I'll put a little segue there for you.
Yeah, more on that later. If you are watching, please hit the subscribe button. It's down there somewhere. We're not here to muck about. We are here to keep putting out some fucked up content for you. We are going to do our best to be recording and chucking shit out over the course of the weekend. So keep checking. You know what? This is probably the time where you put your notifications on, just in case we go live.
Bruv, trust me, because we are probably going to be going live at some point. We will be doing some we could do some Facebook lives. From there, we could do some YouTube from actually within the crowd, foam fingers and all that, bruv.
Yeah.
Like gun fingers, yeah. Do you know what I mean? Giving it a bogle, but with some fucking foam fingers. You know what I mean? Check it, bruv. That'd be me at Carnival if I was at Notting Hill Carnival.
That's the video clip. That's you and me giving it some of that.
Bomba. That'd be nice. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, touch the bell. Slap the bell.
Slap it.
I mean, the subscribers are going up as well. So we've hit the 1,000. When are we going to do the competition, bruv? We've got to give some shit away.
Well, we're going to be at the Clash, so I'm sure there'll be some extra stuff to
buy and chuck in, maybe
made a part of it. Yeah, we're not going to. We don't want to jip you, the listeners or the viewers or whatever on this. Like, this is going to be a giveaway that's worth something. It's going to be something to keep, something to have, something that be like, yeah, fuck, those guys actually made an effort. Not, here's a pair of me shorts from last week. None of that nonsense.
Skiddies and all, you know what I mean?
Rubbing the inner thigh.
That's right. Chafage.
More on that later.
I'm literally sitting here in pants though, because it is still warm in the UK. It's still pretty.
It is. You're right. It's still warm. I left my fan on over there, but it's not even pointed at me. It's devastating right now.
Brutal, man.
Yeah. Thank you so much for checking us out. As always, we love and appreciate you all for jumping on, chatting with us, doing all sorts. We do have some couple of questions, actually. I did put that in on the Twitter land.
Yeah,
we would have a couple of. There's only a couple of questions, and we can get to them anytime because there's only a couple. But yeah, let's not fuck about. Let's get to it. Let's talk what we're here to talk about. It's going to be a huge weekend, and if you're listening just before, it's this weekend. It's a huge weekend of wrestling. You've got Clash at the Castle, you've got NXT Worlds Collide, and then AEW All Out. Oh, where do you want to start?
Let's begin at the beginning, bruv. So, I mean, also, Clash at the Castle. There's other stuff going on around that weekend in Cardiff.
Plenty of wrestling, plenty of stuff going on.
Plenty of bits and bobs. I mean, we were talking about possibly getting to a show. There's the meet and greet fucking thing. The what's it called? Where you can meet and sign. Bret Hart's there. SoCal Val, few people.
Yes, there is. There's a thing on there. I think it's WrestleFest. That's right. If anyone's going there, good luck to you. I think the queues would be pretty wild. I know Hooked on Wrestling. Paul and the guys there are doing some bits and pieces, or bits and bobs, if you will.
Bits and bobs.
That's right. They've got some stuff going on Saturday morning, Saturday brunch, Saturday afternoon, and Saturday night after. They've got the after party at Gassie's, and they've got another one somewhere else. I can't remember. They added a new one recently.
So we're already booked at that.
We do have tickets to Gassie's, of course. Yeah. If our booking sheet's still open, we have spoke about other things, but hell, at the moment, see you at Gassie's.
See you at Gassie's, brother. And there is a fancy dress competition. Yeah, I think. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be dressing up as someone. I don't know who it is quite yet.
I believe the message he sent me was Benoit or Snooker.
Yeah, that's correct. I was going as Benoit or Snooker, but I don't. I want to stay in that lane. Controversy courts me wherever I may go. Or I might just get you to tattoo or with face paints, do a big cross with a heart in the middle, and I'll just go Scott Steiner and just carry a maths book.
The percentage of me drawing a heart on you,
you know what I mean?
It's pretty low.
So either way, we're going to be having. I mean, dude, you know what's cool? When I'm watching YouTube and I was watching it with my missus the other day, it's weird, bro. We watch these videos. I watch them with my boy as well. I don't know, in Pakistan or Lahore or like all these places in India or the Middle East or wherever, like where they've got like these street vendors that sell like drinks and food and all that
Yeah.
kind of thing. Like we just watch loads of weird videos of people just doing that, right? And so there's like the adverts that come on YouTube, and the Clash at the Castle video is coming up quite regular on now because obviously they're trying to push it.
Yeah.
And the video popped up when I was watching Mummy, so I went, "Oh, I'm going to that." And it's like really weird because it's like, it's our generation's SummerSlam
It is.
'92. Really,
It's quite surprising though that ticket sales are pretty poor.
well,
I mean, I checked
apparently not.
Ticketmaster this afternoon.
No, apparently not. I think they've sold 60 odd thousand tickets.
I don't know, man. There's still quite a lot available. Like when
Well,
I
they
looked,
brought I was listening to Billy Barty and Keeping It 100, and apparently they've brought the ticket prices down significantly
they
from
have.
before.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know if we can fucking upgrade or something, man. Maybe
I
we
did
can.
message Ticketmaster. I got a flat, brutal response from them saying we're not doing this at this time.
Bro, you know,
But then they had the cheek to email me after that saying, "What do you think of our service?"
fucking wank, bro. Well,
Yeah.
we could
Ticketmaster.
buy some maybe some better tickets and then sell the ones we've already got, can we? Or they're
I
not
don't know.
paper tickets.
I don't. I'm not sure at the minute. Like I haven't
Are they paper
after
tickets? Can you
no
ticket tout it?
after the disappointment of trying to talk to Ticketmaster in the first
Yeah.
place. I'm a little bit over it, knowing that we've already got tickets, and it's like, yeah,
No,
well,
fuck it. Yeah, I mean, but back in the day, you know what I mean? If you had
yeah,
paper tickets, like like a football game, if you had like ones at the back and then you managed to get better ones, you could take the ones there, sell them on the day or whatever. But now everything's all digital and linked to a fucking PayPal and all this kind of shit.
yeah,
And
yeah.
the ticket touting game is dead, fam. Like, you know what I
Chris
mean?
advocating the return of tickets out. I mean,
Game's dead.
it's a weird start. Yeah. Um, as I said, Clash at the Castle. I watched most of SmackDown from technically last night, which is Friday for me, or
Yeah.
Saturday morning, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're building the main event very well. Sheamus and Gunther is going to be big. It's going to be beefy.
I'm looking,
big meaty men slapping meat.
bruv, looking forward to that, man. Looking forward to Gunter versus fucking Sheamus. Two meat lords going at it.
just big chops everywhere.
It's nice.
It's built well. It's built like they've built their main match as well. We're not really sure what's coming around like for the rest of it. There's not that many main matches as such. Like, so I think they've got a week to push whatever else they've got coming on there.
I mean, do we see? I mean, all right, let's break it down. What big stars are we saying that we're going to see, and are we going to see some surprises?
The rumors circulating the internet and the wrestling part of
Rag
Twitter.
sheets.
Yeah, not so much the rag sheets. I mean, it's people trying their best to be journalists. At least you tried.
Journalists.
There's a few bits and rumors and that about Bray Wyatt. I can't see it.
No, I don't think Bray Wyatt's there.
Triple H is clearly working on some things because he's bringing back a lot of his guys from the old NXT Black and Gold days.
Are we going to see Gargano there?
He's got nothing booked. Same with Theory, nothing booked.
I was going to say, well, because this is the thing, we don't really know the card. I mean, how long's the event, should we say? So it's going to be strict.
It's going to be 4 hours, isn't it?
It's got to be at least 3 or 4 hours. It's live on the network. Okay.
Yeah.
This is why next question. Are you bringing a sign?
I wasn't planning on it.
You disappoint me, my friend. I'm clearly bringing a sign.
What was he going to say? Tony Khan wanks dogs.
That's probably better than the one that I had in mind.
Choke wank me Effie.
No, wow, not quite. It was going to
I mean, we'll
be,
get to AEW in a bit, but
yeah, it's going to be Triple H sign MJF.
oh, okay.
So
Yes, you are.
yeah.
Another rumor that might have been dispelled already, but it's something I saw was that MJF and John Gresham were both denied their releases not that long ago.
Well, okay. So we will get to AEW soon because
Of course, yeah.
I want to talk about Tony Khan again being a fucking punk ass bitch and the rumors of him apparently sending a letter or having a meeting about
Yes, they had it. They had a talent meeting on possibly Wednesday,
and to do with like contract tampering or something.
that was the legal AEW's legal representative sent a letter to Stephanie McMahon, WWE, Nick Khan, suggesting that they don't tamper with contracts and all that stuff, but not a leg to stand on for Tony on that, I'm afraid, because he was
correct.
Yeah, talking to Keith Lee outside or inside of his the 90-day period, 60-day period where he can't do anything. So, pot and kettle.
Yeah, I mean it's oh yeah, because something's happening with my screen at the moment.
Uh-oh. I mean, I can see you fine, so
okay.
and hear you fine.
Yeah, I mean that we'll get to that. So look, who are we going to be seeing in Cardiff? Who's going to be the who are we going to see?
Well, as of right now, the match card that exists on WWE.com. Bear in mind, this is Saturday, the 27th of August. It's Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre as the main event. Liv Morgan, Shayna Baszler. I mean, it could be Shayna's time. I think Triple H's always been big on Shayna, as have I. I think Shayna is badass. I think she's a killer. Gunther versus Sheamus, Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, and Asuka against Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky. Could be a good match. I quite like the sound of that.
I'm looking forward to seeing that. I mean, Asuka is one of my favorite female wrestlers of all time.
Yeah.
She's fucking great. I mean, people can say there's been better, and there may have been, but currently wrestling, she's great.
And I mean, Bianca Belair is a star anyway, so
absolutely
it's big. Seth freaking Rollins and Riddle. I like it. I think it'll be good. Seth Rollins is personally one of my wrestlers of the year.
Oh,
I know it's not gonna be reflected in publication that Seth Rollins is the wrestler of the year, but it's something we can talk about around November, December. As of yet, there is no other matches that have been put out there. Tyler Bate won't be working that. He'll be working the World Collide show with Bron Breakker. I think they're looking to return Pete Dunne back from Butch to Pete Dunne, which would be good, and he might get a match on the show. So
yeah, I mean, so that wouldn't be at Worlds Collide, would it? That would be
no. Pete
Clash.
Dunne would be Pete Dunne's main roster. So
yeah, that's right. So yeah, that would be
no sign of Gargano, no sign of Cross. No sign of any of these guys who have just come back. No sign of.
I reckon
who's the crazy one? Turned up on NXT as well. Just this week. Loomis.
Yeah, Loomis.
Dexter Loomis.
I think we will see Cross. I think possibly turn up in the main event.
It could be a complete clusterfuck of a main event with Cross showing up and Theory showing up and.
Bro, think about this. Yeah, think about this. I mean, me personally, I can't see Roman losing. I can't see Roman losing.
I don't know. I'm not sure if there's a plan to split the belts yet or not split the belts or
because think of how long he's been a champion, and think about who he is. He's just beaten Brock, really. in what was a fucking slobber knocker.
Oh yeah, great match, SummerSlam.
You know, the only way I can see him losing is if Cross gets involved and fucks him over, and then Drew gets the pin, and then there might be a freeway then for the title.
Oh, you got to think maybe Sammy could screw him. I don't think that's going to happen yet. I think we're a little way away from Sammy doing anything to Roman and the Bloodline.
Yeah,
but Sammy is it's hilarious.
It's great.
It's absolutely hilarious,
mate. Sami Zayn is one of my favorites as well, dude. Like
he even had one of the Usos like corpse in on SmackDown this week.
It's great stuff. You know, for me as well. Say what you want. Anyone can say what they want, but his match he had, the Jackass match at WrestleMania, was amazing. It was absolute fucking genius, amazing, great stuff. Because we all know Sammy can wrestle. We all know he can work.
Carrying Johnny to something worth watching.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it was fantastic. I've been
getting pops for body slams from Wee Man and shit. Like, it's moments,
mate.
I've been watching that stick with you.
Mate, I've been watching Sammy since I was watching tag team matches of El Generico and Steen versus the fucking the Briscoe brothers in Ring of Honor. Yeah, crazy, brutal. And Steen was doing like the compact pole driver onto like ladders and shit, and El Generico's just doing mad stuff. So I've been a fan of Sammy for a long time, but when he took the mask off and he got his shot in WWE, I mean, Owens is just fantastic as well. Kevin Steen.
Not denying that.
Absolutely fantastic stuff, man. To me,
Kevin Owens, Kevin Steen, whatever you want to call it, did what someone, Mr. Phil, couldn't do. He main evented a WrestleMania.
Bro, at this time, okay. Whatever people want to say about Raw or whatever, but as a group of programming, if you want to take SmackDown, Raw, and NXT, and even if you can fucking compare them to Dynamite, Rampage, and fucking Dark, right? There is no comparison whatsoever. There really is not, dude. You've got AEW is falling apart at the seams right now. We'll get to that.
This is why, I mean, we're not a trolling account or anything like that, but there are certain people within that wrestling community, journalists included, that just rub me the wrong way. And getting rubbed is always fun, but not with these guys.
They're not Johnny Gill in it. They're not rubbing me the right way. You know what I mean? They're not Johnny Gill in it, bruv.
And that's why on Twitter you'll notice I take the piss out of certain things, like people that romanticize AEW like it's the greatest thing ever. Everything's got some sort of long-term masterpiece to it. It's not. It's fucking putrid, man.
It's not. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good.
And we've gone off again because we were talking about Clash at the Castle.
Anyway, so, Clash at the Castle. But we'll get to AEW. We will. But
of course we will.
It's just frustrating when the quality of the programming of WWE. It's not perfect. Of course, it's not perfect.
No, it's slowly getting better.
But
it can.
And I'm still not a fan of the choppy cutting shots on pay-per-views and stuff when they do it too much.
You're right.
But that you can't really compare AEW and WWE. It's like chalk and cheese. They're two completely different animals. Sorry.
No, it's a fair point. They are very much different animals, despite what people will tell you. They're competitors. They're not really.
They're not.
It's different. It's very much an apples and oranges thing at the minute. AEW is a show that will put on some good matches. You got to look at everything else around it. You've got to look at a lot of. You've got to look past the matches to see what's going on. You've got to dig a little deeper.
It's only a percentage of them that are really good as well. It's not a large percentage, bro.
And they're not doing. Again, we've gone off again. Right? We need to focus.
Focus.
We're back in the WWE because the Clash of the Castle will fucking be there.
Yeah,
we're gonna be part of the big crowd. We're gonna be We're going to be there with a camera. We're going to be doing all sorts. If you want to come and chat, come and say hello. Do what you got to do. Let's have a question.
All right, yeah.
Got um. Oh, this is a good one. At Matt Bishop, sorry, at TW Takes Podcast, Matt Bishop. His name is Matt. He decided to finally tell us his first name. Did you miss me? That's his question.
I saw that question, yeah. And since I found out his name is Matt, yeah, I just want to say it in the style of Pork Pie from Desmond's, yeah. Matthew, you know what I mean? And that is such a British reference, like Bishop.
Yeah.
You have to check that out on YouTube, yeah. Watch some Desmond's. But Matthew, of course we missed you, you motherfucker. We called you a motherfucker on the last thing, and we were trying to goad you to get back, and you're back.
And now
you are
he's
here.
back.
Like when post Clash, yeah, post Clash, he's coming on, right?
Yeah.
So we'll get him. We'll get him on. Whether he's, whether it's for 5 minutes or whether it's for 50 minutes, we're gonna get him on. We're gonna, we need him to we need his dulcet tones on the show again. We need his no fucks given takes. And yeah, we just fucking miss him, man. We miss our dude. He's been extremely kind to us. He sent us a shitload of merch.
Yeah.
And he's just a very gracious and very nice dude. And that's from the heart.
Following that on, Good Cop, Bad Cop. Another excellent show. We've been a part of, and we've, I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, I got invited back once. Which has shocked you more this year? Triple H taking the reins at WWE or TW Takes Podcast returning to the airwaves? I tell you what, I was shocked that Triple H took the reins, but I'm thrilled that TW takes it back. So it wasn't a shocking thing. I was low key expecting Bishop to come back.
Bishop
at
was
some
always
point.
Of course, he was coming back at some point, but also, it wasn't a surprise to me that Triple H took over. It wasn't a surprise to me.
No, he was always in line, wasn't he?
Of course, he was. He's whatever people want to say about Triple H or the Click or whatever.
They knew their shit.
He has a brain for wrestling. Yeah. He's lived that life on the road, in the car, booking the territory, as they say. Do you know who I would really love to see? And I don't know if we're ever going to see it. I'm hoping we will. But the Broken Skull sessions, Triple H on Broken Skull with Stone
he has been on it before, but I think we might need a second round of that.
We need him, because
Triple H needs that long form interview. I mean, I'm not suggesting it has to be on Broken Skull. I mean, he could do it here with us. But
dude, no, he went on with McAfee, didn't he?
He went on with McAfee. I think he went on with Logan Paul.
Yes, sorry, Logan Paul. That's right. That's the one he's done. Yeah.
But being honest, I mean, he should come here. We'll do it.
Trip. Do you know what I mean? We're here, bruv. If you're going to be in the UK, for Clash, I would think he would be here for Clash. Hopefully.
I would imagine he's listening intently right now.
Of course he is. I mean, he's a long-time subscriber. Yeah. He does it through a pseudonym on YouTube. He's like,
Most
Frank
definitely.
Spencer or whatever, He's not his main account.
No, of course not.
A little burner account. You know what I mean? But yeah, Triple H taking over wasn't a surprise for me. It was always going to happen. And Vince, apparently, he's been seen out with some Doris this week.
He's been seen out and about. He's celebrating his birthday. He had some sort of soiree that involved, John Cena was there, Pat McAfee was there, Brock Lesnar was there. He's still got that respect. He's still got that love.
He's living his best life.
Yeah,
bro.
man. He's retired
he's
now.
Like 2 tears in a bucket, bruv. He doesn't care now. It's all out in the open. Man can live free. Yeah, of course he is. He's fucking making it rain there. Who was that Doris? Do we know?
No, I don't know.
Some bird.
Yeah.
Sorry, the extreme UK slang's coming out. A Doris is a bird, a female, a young lady. Because you weren't that young, but
I don't know.
Yeah,
I didn't. It wasn't a great picture, to be fair.
No, well, she had a handbag in her mouth. By the look of it. Or maybe it was one of them balls. Maybe he's got like the S&M balls in her
Oh
mouth.
yeah, that's for another show.
Yeah. What was that movie? Secretary. Do you remember?
No,
Yeah.
I've not seen.
Anyway.
You'll have to. Oh, okay, yeah. So we're skipping over what Chris has watched lately.
Yeah, no, it was a weird movie from the 90s.
YouTube with the missus.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to take a sip of my green tea.
Oh, green tea. Okay, I'm drinking Pepsi Max. Nothing fancy tonight.
It's Lipton. It's Polish. It's Polish Lipton green tea.
Oh, you've been hitting up them shops in town.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah,
You don't
of
know. You
course.
don't know.
Yeah.
You get all the bargains from there, man. You get all the foreign
all the European stuff
European
you
stuff.
don't
It's
get.
great
Like
shit.
it's a little bit better than the stuff we get here.
Yeah, it's good.
I'll agree to that. So yes, Cardiff, big time, lots of stuff going on. We will be there for something. Poke your head over, say hello. We'll be kitted out. We'll be in hoodies, t-shirts, buttons on, all of that stuff. We'll look like merched pricks, but
I might have a black eye because I've been threatened with a slap for touching Matty's radio in the car.
oh yes, I do remember something like that in the message.
He said, "Don't touch a man's radio." You know what I mean? Which is fair point.
Yeah, fiddle with his knobs.
He loves it. He'd love me to fiddle with his knobs. Knob. I don't know how many he's got.
So let's move on.
Okay.
You know, we know Worlds Collide is going to be on the Sunday afternoon, but I want to move past Worlds Collide. It's going to be a good show. I think Pete Dunne and Bron Breakker is going to be excellent. We've got a great show coming up there. Let's move to AEW because we're already there anyway. We've already pulled up outside and we're going to burst in and start shouting. So there's so many places we can start, but let's start with Dynamite. The decision to move your pay-per-view championship match, your big unification, interim champion, world champion going one-on-one on pay-per-view in one of the champions' hometowns. You know, God help us, Chicago again. Sorry. The match doesn't go on the main event, which has happened before. It's not the first time you've seen matches, like big matches, go in the middle of the show. Like Tuesday in Texas, Hogan and Taker went on in the middle of the show so they could promote. Sorry, it was the Survivor Series.
Yeah.
The main event went on the middle of the show so they could straight away promote what was going on for Tuesday in Texas a few days later. They had an hour to promote it. I get that. This match, however, your big money match that people have probably already paid for the pay-per-view, paid for tickets to see that match.
On the basis of that match.
The basis of it being a unification match with Punk and Moxley, and they stuck it on TBS for free. And it went 3-4 minutes.
Squash.
I understand, right, that Punk could still be injured, but there are better ways to do it than that. And I know it was a squash match. Moxley did win both titles and all that, unified and became champion. One of the journalists tried to compare it to, because people were complaining. So he stuck his beak in, as he does, because he's a chump. He stuck it and suggested, never seen McGregor Aldo. Yeah, McGregor did beat Aldo with like one punch in, the first round. But it's so fucking different. UFC and AEW are not the fucking same. A fight, an actual fight, not. And, I don't want to take the piss out of pro wrestling because, I love it. Scripted pro wrestling and UFC, MMA, like what real sports feel when you've got Orange Cassidy on your show? No, you're not.
Real fights often finish very quick. Okay.
Yeah.
Like them fights at school, that you'd have at school. Usually they're not going to last more than 5 minutes. A little bit of tussling.
This wasn't a schoolyard fight. This is two of your top professional champions.
So I've got a problem with this. I've got fucking huge problems with this. So
Giving it away for free.
what was the point? Okay. Hold on. I need to be able to put this point across. Where is he?
Sorry.
No.
Nitro was you look for your guy because I know who you're looking for.
I know I've moved him upstairs now because I'm moving into the new games room upstairs. So little Maxwell
he stays at Chris's bedside.
Yeah, he stays literally, with the Kleenex next to me. But no, they've rushed. Omega's rushed back. He's not 100% yet. He shouldn't be back.
Clearly not. He's wearing a shirt and did we talk about this already?
The turtleneck, the fucking.
He was wearing the shirt. He's practically held together with tape and a shirt.
Yeah,
and
so they're rushing Omega back. They've rushed CM Punk back for one reason. They have no fucking draws. Moxley ain't a fucking draw. I don't care. He can't draw a fucking dime in this goddamn business. Moxley, I know
I don't know. I think Moxley is the star.
He ain't, bruv. He's fucking fucking ham and egger. Listen, but bruv, I get really passionate, yeah? Moxley has got no fucking personality, bruv.
He is the most valuable guy on that show.
Yeah, but that just means their show ain't worth shit. Like, at the end of the day, right? If he's a pound shop Stone Cold, bruv. His character is trying to be he's a pound shop Stone Cold Steve Austin. The leather jacket, the fucking attitude, he's not, bruv. It's annoying. I know I don't know if it was it Graham or from Good Cop Bad Cop said that they disagreed with me massively about Moxley.
Yes, it was Graham. Yeah,
because Graham likes Moxley, but the fact is,
it's fine.
He doesn't butter my parsnips. He doesn't do anything for me. For me, I tweeted the other day, like, every Moxley promo is just fucking awful. He's got no character. He's like a Rivita, bruv. He's just dry. He's like a fucking Army Biscuit fan. So, this is pre-Soggy Biscuit game.
Oh,
dry.
He's a rich tea on its own.
He's a fucking digestive without the chocolate, bruv. Not even a rich tea.
Oh.
He's dry.
I shuddered at digestive without the chocolate.
Yeah, what I mean? Whoever, whatever heathens are eating digestives without chocolate on, they're savages. But Moxley for me is not. He's got his core fan base, okay? He's
900,000 of them, yeah.
Yeah, he's got the core fan base that are going to watch him and love him, whether he's strangling people that are choke wanking themselves, whether he's snogging blokes in the middle of the ring, or whether he's blading himself every 10 seconds. Yeah, he's always going to have...
This is the funniest part of the match with Punk. The match was so short, he couldn't blade.
It's unbelievable, mate. He didn't even have time to fucking gash himself a little bit, but...
I see your points. I do. But again, like with that as well, Moxley leaving as Dean Ambrose leaving and going, he didn't bring those fans with him. The same 2 million that were watching Raw at the time, or however many it was, it dropped down to when he was last there. How many jumped across to watch Moxley instead of Ambrose? It probably did. The proof's in the pudding. It's those same marks that that it's not increasing.
No,
I get that, but he is the standard bearer, I'm afraid, for this company, and
that means they're substandard. Simple.
It could be so much more.
Look, you've got
and.
Go on, sorry.
Yeah, no, we'll keep going.
I'm saying you've got okay. So, I'll for argument's sake, I'll go with you on that. All right, Moxley is the main guy that WWE that they managed to pull over. I'd argue it was Jericho, right? But we'll say it's Moxley because I reckon Jericho brought more fans with him than fucking Moxley did, right? I would say.
Debatable because I don't really think Jericho brought that many fans with him either.
I think you'd be surprised. I think Jericho.
I think a lot of it came from these sweaty, GCWs and
because I've
New Japan watching and stuff like that. Like, I don't think a lot of them came across, and it's in the numbers.
I'm a huge Jericho fan. Okay, maybe not of his stuff that he's doing now. Okay, he's really not, and his attitude has definitely changed. And I don't like he's become very arrogant. I think this is a shoot. I'm not talking about his character. I'm talking about shoot. His actual himself. But you know, Jericho, you can't argue that Chris Jericho isn't one of the greatest wrestlers that has been in the ring. For his longevity, his career, from even what he was doing in WCW was great. Loved the Ralph stuff. When he came to WWF, you know, that initial thing he did there with The Rock and the stuff he was doing there with Stephanie McMahon and all that kind of thing. Jericho's been fantastic for years. You can't take that away from him. I won't have it. Yeah, and I'm not a fan of his recent stuff. But I believe Jericho was a main draw that bringing people to say, look, you've been WWF fans, WWE fans.
I don't think he's a draw now.
No, I don't think he's a draw now. No, but initially when AEW started, people would have gone. You've got to say that the biggest star out of all of them that came over was Chris Jericho. Even compared to Dean Ambrose, John Moxley, whatever, Chris Jericho was the biggest international name star.
Yeah,
along with Jim Ross. It was
and Cody.
Cody, Tony Schiavone.
I don't think we should underestimate like the Cody effect on that.
Fine,
because Cody was between Cody and Jericho, they were the two big names that first came over. But I think we're losing our place here.
No. Well, my point is, so the main draws of the show, you say is Moxley. He was the main guy to bring people over from WWE. I would say Jericho was also one of those guys. And if you're gonna talk about name value, you've got to put CM Punk in there as well.
You have to, yeah.
Right, you have to. So my point is, you've got 2 out of the 3, let's say, of your biggest stars that you've ever had on the fucking show. Okay? CM Punk and John Moxley. That match, people have been waiting for this huge unification match. It was supposed to be something absolutely huge. Why would they? I mean, why would they bring Punk in if he wasn't ready? Why would they pull it forward? What is the? I don't understand the logic behind it.
You could have just left it as an interim and had Moxley defend against Hangman, Moxley defend against anyone else.
Well, we'll talk about
interim championships piss me off as it is.
We'll talk about Hangman as well, because this whole CM Punk Hangman thing as well going on.
So it's massive 1998 WCW vibes when you put something main event worthy of your pay-per-view, your 2 biggest names, and you whack it on free TV for what?
What would
they could have done the squash on the fucking pay-per-view.
Well, you've got these
the numbers for AEW for this week was just over 1 million.
I mean, SmackDown. Just over. I mean, yeah, but is that? But this is a thing. This is another thing. When you listen, I again, you know, people are going to say, "Oh, why'd you listen to these to disco and all that?" But they're talking the truth. On Keep It 100, and
we'll talk about disco later. Yeah,
yeah, they were talking about the way that AEW portrays these figures. Yeah, they always talk about demo. They're not talking about overall watchers. SmackDown consistently every week is getting 2 million plus viewers. Every week. That's not a demo. That's fucking overall views, yeah?
It's pure number, yeah.
Pure numbers. AEW is rarely doing over 1 million pure views. It ain't doing it.
I think in the term of numbers and stuff like that is, you know, a lot of times people will agree that it's quality over quantity, but when it comes to these numbers, it has to be quantity.
Of course it has to be.
It always has to be quantity. Like, it doesn't matter if, you know, and we've said this before. They've been milking those same 1,900,000 fans.
Yep.
For too long. They have been milking them, telling them, "Oh, get your CM Punk anniversary shirt." Like, what the fuck, man? Like, I don't,
Well, so
I don't know.
why did they bring Pac Punk now? If he's not fit and he's not ready, they're saying that he
Take the
done his
title off
ankle
him.
again
Take
when
the
he
title off him. That's it.
he twisted his ankle trying to do a kick and he spun on it and he's hurt himself. They're trying to sell it as an actual part of the story. Like these fucking AEW marks are saying, no, if you listen to the promo that he done the other week, and Moxley said to him, "Your body's you're cashing checks that your body can't cash or whatever," and then, oh look, his body can't cash the check. It's called storytelling, you fuckers.
It's
It's like,
not storytelling. It's not this epic masterpiece that some people like to
bro,
portray it. It's fucking. It's a. It's a clusterfuck of a mess. And there are too many side stories within the company at the minute that need to be addressed and fixed. And I was going to make a joke and I didn't put it out, but I'll put it out here. They're calling it exclusive. I said the way this talent acts with each other, with bosses, with the way that they misbehave, bring back wrestlers court, have someone in charge.
but who's
Put Mark Henry in charge. Put the Big Show in charge. Put any one of those guys to say,
yeah.
look, I don't want to see you fucking about. I don't want to see you two fighting anymore. I don't want to see you crying and refusing to lose to anybody. You get your shit together.
You know who should be the fucking that should be AEW's Undertaker? Arn Anderson. Arn Anderson. Is he still around? Is he still
I
there?
don't know. He
Bro,
was.
I watched, okay. I was gonna message you about reviewing this, okay. I watched a UWF show on YouTube the other day from 1987. All right.
Okay.
And it was fucking fantastic, bruv. It was absolutely fantastic. It was the show before Starcade 87, right? Who was the champion? So you had Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard were tag team champions, but then you had the NWA tag team champions, and you
Yeah.
had the UWF ones that were the sheep herders.
Bloody hell.
So you had the sheep herders with UWF champs. You had NWA champs that were Tully and Arn. You had oh fucking hell. It was a great show. It was really good. Yeah. And you had Jim Ross on commentary. You had Tony Schiavone was involved there.
Yeah.
It was really good stuff. Yeah, 1987, and also as a bonus, it had all the adverts from 1987 because it was like a TV recorded broadcast.
Yeah.
So we should review that show. It was really good. It was just an hour promoting the thing, but you know, Arn Anderson strikes me as being someone who could keep the guys in line. You don't fuck around with Arn Anderson. You know, you need, like you say, you need AEW is got this kind of atmosphere where you know you've got all these egos there who think they're something and they really ain't. You know, they think they're something but they're not. I mean, we'll talk about Thunder Rosa in a minute, but you know, we fucking you've got too many egos, and you've also got
Fragile egos.
yeah, and
Fragile.
you've also got guys there that are really good in the ring, really good on the stick, and are just not getting the pushes. They're not getting, you know, they're not getting the TV time. And again,
Okay.
where's MJF?
We'll talk about
Come
MJF.
on.
We'll say yeah, he is really good in the ring. He's really good in the stick. He's not getting the TV time, but he was getting the TV time.
Yeah.
He was getting the TV time. He wasn't getting the money, which is why there was a problem. And you know, is he worth more? Yes, of course he is. So if we take MJF out of the equation for a minute because he's not there or he's not a part of it,
yeah,
they do need. There are too many egos that need checking.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. Like again, they had to have a talent meeting. They had to have a talent meeting to obviously address these issues. But when you look at Tony Khan, when you look at again, something else that came to mind, all the talent acting up and all that and causing trouble. You know, this is, I mean, it's probably not a new story, but ever since one of the newer producers turned up, someone that has been called a piece of shit on our podcast, all these wrestlers seem to started like all the stories are leaking, all the things. I'm not accusing Pat Buck of doing any of this stuff, but Marty Elias called him a piece of shit and said
Marty Elias,
he said he talks to people like shit.
yeah.
Who's to
You
say that's not?
create an
Who's to say that's not
atmosphere.
rubbing off? Yeah, and
Yeah.
causing problems.
You create an atmosphere when and there are no clear locker room leaders really there. I don't think. I don't know if there's any.
Well, Regal and Danielson and them
Regal
should
again.
be.
Yeah, this is the
Regal
thing.
could hold wrestlers' court. Fucking hell.
Yeah, I mean, Regal, bro, I was on Facebook the other day and I saw a video that was absolutely fantastic. Okay. It was Regal was the commissioner. Yeah. And you had, who's a little Tajiri. Yeah. Tajiri ran into the office or whatever. And Stone Cold Steve Austin came in to Regal's office and he started chatting shit and Regal got right up in his face. He says, "Don't you come in here, sunshine, and start trying to invade me." You know what I mean? Regal is a believable tough guy. He's a legit, he can have it.
He is.
Yeah.
And
who's in control? You've got fucking Eddie Kingston pie facing Sammy Guevara.
Because he called him fat in a promo.
Because he called him fat in a promo.
In a promo.
Is that what it was? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, first of all, he is fat.
He's a bit porky like me.
A bit porky, But again, it's one of these. No. But I mean, let's be real. Like, it's not the first time people. I mean, I don't. Again, I've said, give me juiced up dickheads, but not everybody's gonna be the same buff, chiseled fucking thing. But in AEW, you've got such a plethora of different physiques there. I mean, tell me, apart from Brian Cage, who there really has got a really muscular
Wardlow.
Yeah, I mean, all right, Wardlow. There's two guys out of who have
yeah, I know it's a lot.
Loads, and don't get I fucking mate, Daniel Garcia can't stand
Wheeler Yuta, yeah.
Wheeler Yuta.
I don't get it.
Guys.
I understand people like Dante Martin and that, they're flyers. Daniel Garcia is not a flyer. Wheeler Yuta is not a flyer. They are, made to be these shooter type wrestlers, and you don't see it. You don't get it. Like, back to the point of Sammy and Eddie Kingston, Sammy Guevara and Eddie Kingston getting into it. They have, for all to see online, looks like they've squashed it, but he called him fat in a promo. Like, I don't know, like,
it's called working though, isn't it?
Get it over or not? Like, what's he gonna do? Say, "Oh, Eddie, you're not looking very thin today." Like, no, he's gonna. You got to get at it. You got to sell this shit.
It's wrestling, for fuck's sake.
Again, don't take it too seriously.
If I was wrestling in my heyday and someone called me a skinny fuck, that's working, brother. That's the whole point.
I mean, how far do you have to go back? Like, I saw a video clip the other day, like Jerry Lawler and Michael Cole, and Michael Cole mentioned Jerry Lawler's dead mother.
Wow!
In a promo, like, it's a promo. Like, Jerry Lawler is obviously really old school and knows how get this shit over.
Yeah,
say something, because we've got to push this. We've got to get this to WrestleMania. We've got to get this. We've got it to be as big as it can be. We want the pops. We want everything else to go with it. I'm not saying for any instance anyone should be calling anyone fat, but if it's in a promo, like, and maybe the problem is they just don't get on in the first place.
But no, what it is, it boils down to the fact, even the whole thing between Hangman
Brett and
Page,
Sean fucking promoted each other and they hated each other.
You know what I mean? But even the thing between
they did fight. But...
yeah, they did. There was a few chunks of hair pulled out.
Yeah.
But even the thing between Hangman and CM Punk, it goes to show that in AEW, they've forgotten that it's a wrestling show.
It's working. Yeah,
they've forgotten that they're on a fucking wrestling show. They've forgotten that they're actors. They've forgotten that they're supposed to be selling a fucking story, because none of them are selling a fucking story. It's all just, let's just go and fuck around with our friends. And, actually, someone said something mean to me, and they're taking it all to heart. It's like, fuck's sake, man. It's fucking wrestling, bro.
Yeah.
How are you going you Come on, man. It's fucking wrestling, for God's sake.
Again, like I'm not advocating that we start ripping into people's dead mothers and all that, like, or
Of
anything like that.
course.
You know, anything that's like too uncomfortable. Like, you know,
Of course. Of
we don't
course.
do race, we don't do, you know, any sort of homophobia or anything like that. That's all just beyond the realms of ridiculous. But if someone says, you know, you're overweight or something, you know, like it's not that deep.
It ain't that deep, bro. Do you know what I mean? And then, what I don't understand. I was under the impression that it was because of something that was said backstage between them
No.
personally.
Bas- uh, Long story short, Sammy said that I think they agreed that Eddie wouldn't talk about Sammy's previous engagement,
What,
something
Pam?
something that we've spoke about, yeah. Um,
Yeah.
and Eddie didn't come to Sammy with anything that he didn't want him to talk about. So
Yeah. So
Sammy said,
Sammy said
"Well,
whatever.
yeah, okay, fine."
But
And
it's
yeah, there was
ridiculous.
it was an argument that got split up fairly quickly. I think there was a couple of pie faces or whatever, and Eddie was trying to get at Sammy, but
Oh, come
silly,
on, Eddie,
silly,
man.
silly, silly.
You've forgotten that you're a fucking wrestler on a fucking wrestling show, mate. Come on, bruv.
Yeah.
All right, don't and the whole thing about CM Punk and Hangman Page, Hangman Page said something on a promo a little while ago about CM Punk coming in and doing this, and you're not going to ruin the
Hangman said
place.
he didn't want the advice or something like that, and yeah, and then now Punk saying he won't lose to him. It's
He
like
won't put him over, and that it's like it's
I
pathetic,
think CM Punk has a higher opinion of himself than where he's at.
bruv. There is no
A man in his 40s should not be refusing to job to anyone. He should
no.
be fucking grateful he's there.
And getting paid the money he's getting paid. These motherfuckers have forgotten that it's a wrestling show.
Yeah.
They're putting on a show. It's an act. Okay.
Entertain.
Make good TV, tell good stories. It ain't that deep. Stop fucking thinking that you are God's gift to fucking pro wrestling and that you're some legit bad man. Yeah, when you are playing a role. Know your role, shut your mouth, and fucking do business, bruv. This is the thing. None of them are doing business at the moment.
Well, this is the
Who's doing business?
where we move on to All Out's card, and it's a fucking mess. It's an absolute mess at the minute, and what can you do? Like they've set another match for All Out. Sorry, I've just seen that come up. Um, the women's championship now in a state of God knows what after Thunder Rosa had a promo on Dynamite this week saying that she's not fit and she's not giving up the title. There's another interim championship. This is where my tether gets to the end.
Oh man, it boils my piss. It fucking
Um,
boils my piss.
AEW and interim championships, a lot like the WBA in boxing, where everyone gets some sort of weird championship, the interim championship, the interim champion, and the regular champion and the super champion. Like that's a legitimate thing that the WBA did in boxing. Regular champions, super champions, interim like fucking hell, like give me a break. But I now have in front of me the match card for All Out at the moment. Bryan Danielson and Chris Jericho, something that was born out of nothing.
What is it? Daniel, sorry, Danielson
Danielson and
Jericho.
Jericho, yeah, which they people are going, oh, it's the first time they squared off since such and such a time in WWE. Like, so they're basing a feud off of something that happened in WWE again. The Trios Championship Tournament Finals, which will likely be the United Oh no, it might not be the United Empire. It might be.
It'll be
Um,
Aussie Open and Osprey, no?
yeah, that's the United Empire, but like
Yeah.
I think they've got to face the Bucks and Omega or something. I don't know.
Oh, fucking
Tony
slow.
Storm versus Britt Baker versus Jamie Hayter versus Hikaru Shida. They're all cold, apart from Tony Storm, who's not even that heated. Like it's four people you're putting in, apart from Britt, who can get herself over. really easily. She has that ability to just shine, but for herself. Jamie Hayter, I don't know. I just don't get it. And Hikaru Shida's a former champion, but she's been off TV for God knows how long.
Yeah, I mean, I like Jamie Hayter.
Yeah, she's good. But
I think she can work. She's very good. To be honest, I would have liked to have seen her beat Thunder Rosa for the title anyway.
But the other thing is, there was a complaint online that Thunder Rosa got a 47-second promo to talk about her dropping the title or, not being able to compete, whereas CM Punk got 10 minutes, 8 minutes, whatever. And here's the problem with that, and this is my only argument, is that CM Punk's a draw. Thunder Rosa's not.
I mean, yeah, but Thunder Rosa is terrible at fucking promos as well.
She's not a great promo. That's fair enough.
But at least give her another couple of minutes, maybe. But the thing is, though, when she's been given time before, she's not been impressive. But then you've got to ask yourself the question: how is it that your women's champion is fucking dog shit on the stick? You can't have a world champion, whether it's a male or a female, that can't give a good promo.
Dare we talk about the story where she was hiding in the bogs waiting because Jamie Hayter was after her?
Yeah, no, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. You know
she
what I mean?
broke Jamie Hayter's nose. Jamie was pissed.
Yeah.
Thunder Rosa hid in the toilets.
Yeah, she's in the fucking Gary Glitter, hiding in the shitter. So
yeah. And sad thing is, we've spoken to people off camera.
Yes.
Who have mentioned things about Thunder Rosa that aren't very pleasant. So, and
yeah,
that's as far as it goes. It's off camera, so it never happened. But
that's right, it never happened, but it has happened. We have been told. Yeah,
by people who know enough.
Absolutely, we've been told as a shoot that she is not a very nice human being at times. So,
here's an interesting one. Jungle Boy and Christian Cage in a feud where Christian Cage has gone after him on promos. Has Jungle Boy decided to seek him out to give him a slap?
No, and he talked about his dead dad. He talked about his fucking dead dad, bruv.
This is the only feud that seems to be built in any way.
Yeah.
Like the rest of the show, FTR and Wardlow against Jay Lethal and the Motor City Machine Guns, who are on loan from Impact, I guess.
Right. So here's another little bit of, there is a deal, or there was a deal, and this is coming from the horse's mouth. This is coming from Conan as well, because I don't know if everybody listens to Keeping It 100, but like I say, when I'm at work, I'm able to listen to podcasts and whatnot, and I listen to a lot of wrestling content, right? So I listen to a fucking hell of a lot. I'm sure you do. So Conan was talking about, at one point there was a deal between AEW and Impact where basically people were getting loaned out for no money. For no money, they were going on AEW and
hot
doing
dogs and handshakes.
Yeah, hot dogs and handshakes, and fucking reach arounds. So, it's, Tony Khan is not all sunshine and fucking Lucky Charms. Yeah, he's not all sweetness and light. He is also a bit of a scumbag businessman as well, where he literally, bro, when they had the so-called initial forbidden door, everyone that came from Impact was getting squashed. You had fucking Morrissey, my dude, yeah. You had fucking
the big guy, yeah.
You had big Cass.
Is his contract run out?
I haven't seen him on Impact for a little while, yeah. But I mean, look at this guy.
Is he one of Trips' boys?
Big Cass is a fucking monster, and he came from Impact and he got squashed.
By Wardlow, was that right?
By Wardlow, but then look how they've done your boy Wardlow recently as well.
Wardlow, I believe he is the TV champion. He is now in a 6-man match with
but bro,
FTR, who he's barely teamed with.
Bro,
he's not in story with.
Wardlow had a half-hour match with Orange fucking Cassidy, didn't he? Yeah, but this is the thing. The booking don't make no fucking sense, bruv.
It's just another reason to get Cassidy on the show, I'm afraid.
Yeah, but how can one week Wardlow be squashing Big Cass and then the next couple of months down the line be having a half an hour match with Orange Cassidy?
Yeah.
Come on, bruv.
Here's your next match on this list.
No.
It's not finished. Hang on.
No. And Wardlow had a match against 30 fucking security guards or whatever, didn't he? Or whatever. And he pinned about 8 of them in one. No, but Orange Cassidy can give him half hour. Suck my fucking beanbags. You're booking his bullshit, Tony Khan. You're a fucking chump. Sorry.
There is a casino ladder match for a future AEW World Title shot. I mean, in Fantasyland, who are you putting up for that? Who's the next guy in line to take on Moxley or whoever?
They've got no.
They don't know either. I'm sure.
There's no plan, bruv. I'm sorry, right? I get so angry and animated when it comes to AEW because it's like we're living in some parallel world, Jordan. It's like we're living in some world where
it's the lay live world, isn't it?
It is, bruv. Like
we've got the glasses on.
Are we the only ones that see this complete dog shit?
We're not the only ones, but like there's a group of people who like to shout it a lot louder.
Mate, I can shout. We can shout as loud as them punks can, yeah.
Yeah,
but
no, and
they can't
we
hear
will
us
get to that group of people
because we're fucking blocked. So there's no long-term plans. There's no long-term plans in AEW for doing anything. Yeah.
No.
Who have they got legitimate world champion material? Daniel Bryan, yeah.
Who would essentially be going up against Moxley, and this is where they would call it wonderful storytelling again, which I don't think is true.
No, it's just same old.
Yeah. Moving on from the casino ladder match because we can't pick out a winner from that. Swerve in our glory, and we've spoken about Keith Lee off the show. Being challenged by the Acclaimed, and the Acclaimed are not championship material. You've got a shit rapper and the other guy he was a bit better, but him shouting "Scissor me, daddy ass" just doesn't work.
I mean, Aussie Open could possibly be tag team.
Hell of a tag team. But this is on All Out. This is a championship match. Swerve in our glory. Keith Lee, it looked like Keith Lee missed his cue on Wednesday night because Swerve came out and Keith Lee was miles behind him to make the save for the Acclaimed. And I made a point of saying that, it looks like Keith missed his cue or he was somewhere else doing something else. Who knows? I like Swerve. Keith Lee is meh to me.
But Swerve, I mean,
is Swerve one of those looking over at SmackDown at the minute and going, damn.
Yes, he was. And what has happened to Kyle O'Reilly? What's
Bobby
happened
Fish,
to
Kyle O'Reilly,
Adam Cole? What's happened? They were fucking huge signings. When they came to AEW, they were headlining.
They can't
NXT.
all be injured, can they?
Bruv, they were headlining NXT shows. They were NXT. The last match that Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole had an NXT, one of the pay-per-views, was like some slobber knocker when they were getting smashed through the fucking ramp. They were getting, it was insane. They go to AEW.
I get the point. I get the point of Adam Cole being able to hang around his friends. Maybe not so much that bit, but getting to hang around with his missus is probably a lot easier for him than, traveling here, there, and everywhere, and her doing the completely different loops.
But where's his career gone?
Yeah,
his career's gone in the fucking shitter.
If anyone was looking to have their contract tampered with, it would be Adam Cole. Because he was, he had a match with McAfee. Not everyone gets that.
Bro, can you imagine for 1 minute? Okay,
they still technically feud now. They still argue with each other online.
But think about this in the way that the business is now and the way that WWE is moving forward. Can you imagine the pop of Adam Cole turning back up on WWE TV?
Yeah, but I don't think it's anywhere near that stage. I think he's locked in for a while. Oh, there is another match that actually has a story to it. Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs.
Okay.
That's, I guess that's a feud ender. No, there was one more added. Sorry. Oh, this one. You'll like this one. Athena gets a shot at Jade Cargill. Wow. The game changer that everyone talked about in Athena, who was put on TV for about a week, left off TV, is now back on pay-per-view, not on TV yet, on pay-per-view to challenge Jade Cargill, who doesn't cut it.
Mate, if there's one if there's one thing if there's one thing that needs to happen on that show, Athena needs to beat Jade Cargill.
Yeah.
It needs to happen. You've got who came in as to help we spoke about her the other day. She was one of the beautiful people. She came in and now she's
Madison Rain.
Madison Rain. So
Yeah.
Madison Rains came in from Impact Wrestling. She was one of the beautiful people, knockouts champion and all this. They had her on for a week and then she got fucking squashed. You know, she's supposed to be helping the women's division.
Yeah.
The only thing I can see that needs to happen in the women's division, again, they still haven't got many women that are good enough in that division.
I don't know if that's true. I think Ruby Soho's good. I think Tony Storm's good. I just think they're not putting it together. I don't know why it's not been put together properly.
Yeah.
Does he have a problem with putting all these women on the show? Does he have a problem with someone else in there saying, can't have too many women's matches, mate? Yeah, you'll turn the fans off. Like, because,
I mean, I'm not a huge fan of women's wrestling. I won't lie. I'm not a huge fan of women's wrestling. It's very rare that I'll watch a women's wrestling match and I'll go, yeah, that was really good. But the only
you
women's
told me
wrestling...
you was a fan of Nikita Lyons.
No, well, I mean, yeah, but that's by the by, you know what I mean? But the only place I enjoy watching women's wrestling is WWE. It's the only place. You've got real superstars over there. You've got your Bianca Belairs. You've got the Mans. You've got your Charlotte.
Carry themselves differently.
Yeah, you have. You had your Baileys. You got
Charlotte
Flair.
like
Charlotte Flairs. You had your Sasha Banks. You had your Naomi's. You had your Nikita Lyons coming through. You've got these. They carry themselves in a different way, bruv. They carry themselves in a different way. They are
treated in a different way as well. They are considered stars.
But you know why
equal.
as well? You've also got, if you listen to the Broken Skull sessions of Charlotte Flair, the Man, Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
You listen to who's producing their matches. Finlay.
Yeah.
Ricky the Dragon Steamboat was doing it for a little while and all that. You've got these fucking superstars who know how to put together wrestling matches, whether it's a women's match or a bloke's match, and they're putting together these stories and these matches, producing these great things for WWE. AEW has no producers, I don't think, producing.
Well, I get the feeling that Britt was allowed to run wild when she was champion. It was, there was it was a huge ego trip because she was, digging out other wrestlers. She was like, there was this unnecessary sort of friction with Thunder Rosa, like whether or not it was, justified.
We don't know if it's unnecessary. We
No.
like I say, we can only speculate and we can only go on
Britt is all about Britt, whereas the division in the WWE, the whole women's division seems like it's from our side anyway, it's a collective unit. And they know the positions, they know the playbook, they know what they got to do, they know how to put on excellent matches and not make sloppy mistakes, not try and do moves that are out of, you know, out of the playbook. Because you've seen it. You see Jade Cargill and Ruby Soho trying to do something from the second rope, and it failed miserably. You've seen all these moves that just, or sandbagging or anything like that. It's just,
It's amateur.
yeah, it's not
They're
good enough.
just a bunch of fucking amateurs. It's not, to coin Walter Sobchak from the Big Lebowski, they're all a bunch of fucking amateurs. Whether they've been wrestling, they should know. The people that have been brought in that should know the way that these things are supposed to go are Ruby Soho should know. She's worked at WWE for long enough, professional. She should know. And maybe she does know. She's probably like, what the fuck is going on here? No one knows what the fuck is going on. You've got, there's no structure. There's no.
Well, you only have to look at what Big Swole said.
Yeah.
There was no structure.
Yeah, there is none.
You couldn't talk to someone about, about your ideas or anything like that. You just had to, like she said, like only recently someone said, "I'll get your shit in." Here's your match, 4 minutes.
Mm.
I mean, that's an insult.
Yeah, it's
and it's a lousy saying in wrestling. Get your shit in. And when she said no, and she let her opponent do some things, they weren't happy with it.
Yeah.
Like,
but
no, if
again,
you want squash matches, you got to have wrestling challenge. You got to have the squash shows.
Mania. You've got to have Todd Pettingill.
At least, I mean, we're sort of like making a joke about it. You need those shows. I mean, not dark elevation. As much as a YouTube sort of crowd or a YouTube number can do you some good business, like it's TV is your real estate. And was it one of the guys, Alan Angels, or someone said that one of the guys who left the Dark Order and left AEW said, I'd rather have a 15-minute match on TV than 10,000 matches on Dark.
Yeah.
Like, you get it. TV is your only exposure.
Yeah. It's
not get your shit in.
It's ridiculous, really, and it's impossible to think that they've actually been able to run as long as they have been running without that internal structure in there. Without the internal, workings of okay.
I know, but they got Pat Buck in there, so it's all right.
Yeah, but I mean, what is he doing though as well? This is a thing. It's saying they're also saying now that Sanjay Dutt is one of these liaisons, but talent liaison, and Christopher Daniels is because there was some problems with apparently the talent liaison wasn't actually liaising with talent.
Well, no, here's the thing. It seems like these talent liaisons have been put in place so people can't approach Tony.
Yes.
It's a security wall.
Yeah, thank you. So that was my point, that the talent liaison wasn't actually there to liaise with talent and wasn't liaising with talent because some people just weren't hearing anything from anyone about anything. They weren't getting their text messages responded to. They weren't getting, it's mental. It's absolutely mental. If you take an objective look of how AEW is run, it's a fucking shit show.
Oh, it's a mess.
It's a mess.
But far be it from us to tell anyone how to, have a deep roster of well over probably 60 to 80 people and only have 2 hours of television. 3 if you count Rampage, which I don't think many people do, because the numbers on that are pretty shit.
To be honest, I didn't even mention Rampage when I talked about Dynamite. Yeah,
no,
I
did. Dark,
yeah. No, I did say Rampage, Dynamite, Rampage, and Elevate Dark. But it's incredible that AEW is able to. But again, like we say, it doesn't matter to Tony. Tony doesn't need the money. It doesn't matter how much money he's losing. He's playing.
It'll matter if TBS kick it off the air.
Yeah, but I mean, will they?
No.
Not
likely. I mean, but TNT shifted it.
Yeah.
I don't remember WCW getting shifted by TNT.
I mean, it's
they had their show on TBS as well. But yeah,
AEW, it's only gonna get worse. I'm afraid it's only gonna get worse because Uncle Tony, he's not Uncle Tony yet, yeah, but Tony Khan will not let go of any control of anything. People talk about Vince McMahon being a control freak and always having the final say on everything and trying to do everything. I'm sorry, but Tony Khan is just as bad, if not worse, because at least Vince had people producing matches. He had some kind of internal structure where he'd say, right, this is the guy. And he'd have people like Road Dogg, you know, Ricky
I
Steamboat.
believe Road Dogg is back with the
He is
WWE
back.
as well.
Yes,
Right.
he is back. You've got people like fucking Fit Finlay, producing matches. You had fucking a real structure of people actually creating the content in AEW.
Jamie Noble, I think, is a big
Yes,
hit
mate.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
And Jamie Noble's a fantastic worker, former power plant guy, as well. He was, so you've really, it's a free for all in AEW. This is why, people talk about the wrestling's good. It ain't. I don't think it is. It's every match is it can get to the point where you're just watching
now,
samey stuff.
you know me well enough. I'm not a fan of the overly choreographed startup things like Osprey and whoever else it was in the match did
Yeah.
this week.
Yeah.
I don't think that is, to me, it's not very good. You do it once, you do it 1,000 times. You've seen the Bucks do it with the tag team they were up against all the time.
Ray Phoenix and Zero Miedo.
Yeah, they would do this same bit, and like these fans would go nuts for it, and that's why I laugh. And I find places like Chicago so fucking stupid. They are the trained seals of wrestling fans. Clap along, please.
It's when you've got the match. So we had on Dynamite, you had the Moxley and Punk debacle, and then you had and then everyone was going, oh yeah, but that main event was fire. And it's like
shout out to Aussie Open, because we are fans of Aussie Open.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Aussie Open live a couple of times. We've seen them in the UK. They're good. But what you've got to understand is, like, again, what is wrestling? What is wrestling? Okay, wrestling is simulated combat of two people actually trying to attack each other and beat each other.
Not cartwheels.
That's the thing. When you've got stuff that, like, when you had that little thing going on with Osprey and Matey Boy, no one looked like they were actually trying to hit the other person.
You knew it was happening next with each bit.
Yeah.
Like, it's like
it's in and of itself. When you've got wrestling going on, and then you have the odd reversal and the odd, when someone tries to DDT you and then you put your hands down as a standalone thing in a bit of chain wrestling, but that's not chain wrestling.
It's not even close, is it?
Not chain wrestling. It's not. We know chain wrestling, bruv. We know that is not chain wrestling. That is not leverage moves, reversals.
Trying to gain an upper hand. Yeah,
it's like Lucha Libre is different, okay? And it is.
That's not even Lucha Libre, man.
It's not. But people are arguing that is more of the Lucha Libre style. And if you watch Lucha Libre, you can tell. But
nope.
I mean, fucking hell, man.
Should we move on to this? We did want to mention Disco, didn't we?
Yes, let's do it. Because
let's move on, because Disco Inferno he's a bit of a character online,
a controversial figure,
but
because he don't care what he says.
He doesn't care what he said. He did. Disco had a career, no matter what people want to say. He was trusted, and people say, "Oh, he couldn't work this, that, and the other." He worked twice in one night on pay-per-view.
But he can work. This is absolute bullshit. Disco Inferno's a former US champion,
I
former.
don't think he's a US champion. He won the TV title and the cruiserweight
Oh,
title.
sorry,
Yeah.
TV title, and I think he was cruiserweight
He
champion as
was,
well.
yeah.
So he's former cruiserweight champion, former TV champion. We've seen him have some fantastic matches. We saw him have a match with Dean Malenko that was absolutely fucking fantastic.
And yeah, I'm not going to be so rude as to say that Dean Malenko carried him. We always said when Disco could get serious,
absolutely,
he can go. But this week, Disco said something, and the worst part of the wrestling community online have decided to go full cyberbully on Disco, and including some wrestlers, one or two of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, what it is, it's they just, this wrestling's inclusive, right? And you can't go after anyone. You can't. Everyone's got to be everybody love everybody, like Semi-Pro the film.
Mm-hmm.
But why is Disco fair game? Why is it okay for them to go after him, make their jokes, and especially the journalists who are changing their handles in this to make jokes about him? Like, what the fuck is wrong with these guys?
Yeah. It's bullying.
Again, I'd have a five at a Disco, knock the fuck out of them. If they didn't, Conan would teach them a lesson as well.
Every single one of them, dude. Every single one of them, Glenn would probably knock them the fuck out within 2 seconds.
And this is, I'm not saying that I'm a big fan of Disco and keeping it 100. I know you like it. You listen to it.
I listen a lot. I do listen to it because
I just don't understand why, the thought process behind, it's not okay to take a shot at one of my friends, but if me and all of my friends come after you, it's fine.
I mean,
and that's the saddest part of wrestling journalism. These guys are journalists and they want to do this shit.
Mate.
Imagine if a football journalist did that. He'd be run out of fucking town.
Bobby Heenan would be turning in his grave at these motherfuckers calling themselves broadcast journalists. These guys are not journalists. These guys are not journalists.
Marks.
They are
Marks with a following. Yeah.
Yeah. They are wanting to be within the loop of wrestling, and they actually. Their opinions are exactly that, opinions. And this is the problem is the reason why it's like a circle jerk of, right, so we are a podcast, okay? We interview wrestlers and people in the wrestling business. A lot of these wrestling journalists and online, all they do is listen to podcasts, take excerpts from the podcast,
including ours,
and so they don't actually create any content or any stories independently by themselves. This is why Billy Barty pisses them off so much, because he actually has a link where he is putting out original and groundbreaking stories, and then they're reporting on other stuff that other people are reporting about, like our boy Marty Elias. When Marty was on our show, we had a fantastic interview with him, and we had a lot of coverage with online wrestling websites where they were taking stories that we were speaking about with Marty, and they were putting it and making stories about it.
Make it so their own shit.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They're like, and they're making it like they're look at this exclusive story. It's like, bruv, some of them didn't even credit us on it.
Yeah.
A lot of them did, fair enough, and they put, link to the interview here or whatever, but at the end of the day, this is what those fuckers do. They are literally, they listen to Keeping It 100, and they will listen to wait and see what Disco says, and then they say, oh, look what he's fucking said this week, and then they start. These guys have no relevancy whatsoever. They are completely irrelevant, fucking dumbass fucks. They literally are like parasites living off of the work that others are doing, and that is how I truly feel about them, because they literally just listen. I mean, we've been blocked by Sean Ross Sapp and we've never even interacted with him
Nope.
or said anything about him, but already we're blocked by him on Twitter. Why?
I wish I don't know. I don't.
It doesn't matter because we don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
That's not the point. But it's like, it just goes to show you the modus operandi of these fucking imbeciles.
Now,
you know,
the sad thing is, if any of our stuff turns up on Fightful, I'm going to ask them to take it down because it's our shit.
but there you go. But this is the thing, like,
I don't want my stuff on there if they're gonna play silly bollocks.
but this is all they do. That's all they do is play silly bollocks. You know, the bullying, what happened with Billy Barty when he went to America. All right, Billy has already admitted that he could have played the situation slightly differently, but that was a form of bullying. Okay. The way
Kicked off pretty wildly, didn't it?
Yeah, you know, the way they're behaving and the way they're conspiring to try and get the dude banned from this place and banned from that place, it is fucking bullying. Yeah. What they're doing to Disco Inferno is a form of online bullying and dogpiling. It's absolutely disgusting. And, you know, just stop.
Yeah.
just stop.
Put a lid on it.
Just fucking
turn
it in.
Yeah, if you're not going to listen to the whole thing, you're just going to listen to one part of the comment, then just why bother?
Turn it in, bro. Turn it the fuck in. You know, there's been a similar. I mean, I know you're a boxing fan. I know you love your boxing.
Yes,
you know,
indeed.
we enjoy boxing, and there's a very similar thing going on in boxing at the moment, where you've got, Anthony Joshua, who's just basically AJ's fucking, whatever matey boy, who's it, Hearn said when after the fight that, AJ's never shied away from an opponent. He's never gone for an easy fight. And you've got people talking shit about him, and it's a certain demographic of people that are always picking on AJ, and it always seems to be the pro Tyson Fury guys, and you've got Tyson Fury talking about, this fucking this knob, this foreign guy who's no one can pronounce his name and all this kind of shit. Fury was supposed to be a mental health ambassador. He was meant to be talking about, men get sad and, talk about this and that and the other.
They do.
And, and this is the thing, like, I'll be honest, bro. Over the last 2 months, we haven't put out a lot of content. It's probably partly for the fact that I haven't really been feeling myself the last couple of months, and I've been going through some shit. And, you've been there for me, and, we've been chatting and all that. And we've been, but you've got Fury, who's there, was supposed to be an ambassador for mental health, but he's then again dogpiling and jumping on AJ, who's clearly, you got a man sitting up there crying, and he did have a moment at the end of the fight. And let's be honest, getting punched in the face and getting punched in the head, it's not very good for your brain anyway, in general. So you've got to look after your mental health, and you've got to have some kind of checks and balances and support structure there for when you say, do you know what?
I personally think the only thing missing from AJ's promo after his fight was the bin where he dropped the titles. If it had dropped in the bin, I'd have been like, yeah, this guy's coming to the clash,
He's
like,
he's coming.
He's going to be there, but no.
It's sad. It's sad in a world where everyone talks about, and especially they talk about male mental health and how checking with your mates, and you've got Paddy Pimblett who's talking about his mate who killed himself and saying, look, blokes, if you're struggling, talk to your friends, talk to whoever, do this, and
absolutely you should.
Talking about men's mental health, and then you've got all this dogpiling and bullying that goes on online, and people forget about it in a heartbeat. They're jumping on AJ, jumping on Disco. It's just fucking sad, man. It's like it upsets me, genuinely upsets me, because like online isn't real, but it is to some people, and when you've got a million people or seemingly what seems like a million people conspiring against you in that, not good, is it?
No, it sucks, man. It does. But we can only shed the light on it. We can't do anything to fix it. It's
Apart from call people fucking idiots.
yeah, and we can call people idiots, but that, I mean, how does that fix the problem? It just
Exactly, it doesn't.
it's at this point it's people shouting over a wall at each other.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, you cut your fence, cut your edge down, you idiot. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's the whole, hey Ezekiel, fuck you.
yeah.
You know, it's like, you know what I did yesterday? Don't bring my mother into this. You know, it is literally like, you know, it's the classic bravado, egotistical, you know, and that kind of pack mentality in it is that
It
oh,
is on that side, yeah.
yeah,
Is,
whose team are you on? You know, and oh, let's fucking this guy's, you know, because of his opinions and that, let you know, he's wrong about this. Let's, you know, right or wrong or whatever. It's just, oh man, it's fucking draining, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like
it is. So let's end this on a happy note because we have one more question
amazing
to get through.
Let's go.
Uh,
Is it Bookermania asking what drink we're going to buy him?
yeah, it was actually George from the What Do You Call It podcast. What drink are you buying me in Cardiff?
What are you going to buy him?
Sex on the beach.
Sex
obviously.
on the beach.
Yeah.
Oh, he can have. I'm going to buy him a dandelion and burdock.
Virgin mojito.
Yes, a virgin is either a virgin mojito or dandelion and burdock, and it won't be none of the cheap shit. It won't none of your Tesco's own or whatever.
Oh, okay.
It'll be the
M&S.
the fiend. Yeah, no, possibly M&S or the Feynmans. You know, the fucking Fentman. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The good shit, the gourmet
fancy,
shit.
Yeah.
Gourmet shit.
Yeah, that was another question we got about next weekend or this weekend, depending on how you're listening to this.
Also, can I ask you? I'm a foodie, bruv. I love my food, yeah. And I know, you know, we were talking about Chinese buffets, but we were talking about them in a
I made a joke, yes,
in a slightly different context. But you know, I believe that Cardiff it has got quite a few culinary specialities and that they've got I think they do the deep fried pizzas and all that kind of shit.
Deep fried pizza.
Yeah, you know when you get a pizza and then you dip it in batter, like
yeah, no, I know that. I didn't know it was a thing in Cardiff.
I think so. I think in Wales they do that kind of shit as well. Certain places, you know. So, mate, we are looking for recommendations on.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If anyone's got any recommendations or anything like that, like we will take them. We do have one or two places that we've got our eye on that we feel like we definitely have to try. But
I mean, I'll happily cook these boys a meal as well in the old Airbnb. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the old sloppy sandwich. No, thank you.
No, there won't be no sloppy seconds, bro. It will, you know, it will be. I'm quite a good cook, so I'll try. You know, but to be honest, when in Rome, you know, when you're out and about and you're on holiday with the lads,
oh, you smash a Burger King, Daniel, and get back on it. Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to say, bro. You've got to fucking smash a Five Guys and then crack on, sir. You know what I mean?
It's yeah. So we are absolutely thrilled to be going to Cardiff. We cannot wait to see how it's been set up, how everything's going, and we cannot wait to meet people in person. Those that are corresponding with us and want to chat to us and do all sorts, take pictures with us, whatever. Like we'll have some fun, some weird collaborations. Like I said, we might even go live. I think, yeah, there's a real possibility of going live at the minute.
It's happening. I mean, we're at a point now with our YouTube channel that we are able, I think, to go live now because there's certain parameters that you need to meet in able to do go live. I think.
Yeah, that's right. You know, Facebook Live is a thing as well. We do have a wonderful following on Facebook, and you know, we'll say hello to everyone that's listening, that's in the Facebook page group. Can't remember what it's called. And yeah, we are amped, we are psyched, we are ready to go. Chris is packing all his best wrestling t-shirts and maybe one or two bits of spandex just in case he has to roll around.
I'll be honest with you, yeah. My Shawn Michaels costume is ready to go.
When was the last time you took a back bump?
Good question. But whenever it was, I was definitely winded.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Okay.
it was brutal. The last back bump I took. It could have been off. Might have actually been off Matty. The last back bump I took.
And like we said, for the right price, you can maybe even chop Chris as well.
Bro, just allow me, bro. You know what I mean? I'm just getting over COVID, fam. You know what I mean? My chest is tender.
I think a chop to the chest from Gunter
Right.
would probably set you straight and like fix you right up.
Probably not wrong, mate.
Healing hands, yeah.
Yeah, you're probably not wrong. I'd probably let Gunter slap me. And Nikita Lyons.
There's the quote there. Yeah, I'll probably let Gunter slap me.
That's right.
So
we're looking forward to it.
It's from there.
We, it's something we are looking forward to. We are happy to meet people. We might even do a meet and greet our own. You know what I mean? It's fucking meets in a pub.
We won't charge. Yeah,
that's right, bruv. We're not going to be charging like WrestleFest, fucking £100 for Bret Hart to sign a Funko.
But think of the resale, Chris.
Yeah, no, this is a thing that annoys me. Think of the resale
What a comeback
price.
that was.
Unbelievable, bruv. You know, I could take my mint on card Hasbro for him to sign and it would cost me 50 quid. But if it's a Funko, they're going to charge me 100 quid because of the resale value. Are you kidding me, bruv? A fucking mint on card Hasbro signed by Bret Hart is clearly worth more than a fucking £10 Funko.
Yeah, I know.
Fucking
but
marks.
it was a weird sort of thing to say.
It was.
But think of the resale.
Think of the resale price.
Yeah. So let's wrap this. Thank you very much for everyone that's listening. Thank you everyone that's watching, that's subscribing, that's following in the Facebook thing and Twitter and Instagram, everywhere. You know, Chris, I'm going to make you do it because you haven't been coughing that much, so I think you can get through it.
No, I'm all good, mate. My chest is
tell
all
us
good now.
where they can find us to listen.
So you can find us on Podbean, Spotify, Deezer, Castbox, Listen Notes, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Amazon Podcast, Spotify, everywhere, man. Every single platform that you can find a podcast, you will find us there. You'll find us on YouTube if you want to look at our faces and look at what you got on the Macho Man t-shirt. Beautiful.
Macho's there.
You know, and I'm sporting the NXT UK, which is possibly now defunct Enfield Town shirt. This will be worth a fucking mint now, mate. You know what I mean?
Get Brett to sign it. Think of the resale.
Fucking resale price, mate. You know what I mean? You know what? If I could get Gunter or someone to sign this, that might be pretty good.
Very good shout. Yeah.
I mean, I'll probably take it. And let's be honest, I have no qualms about stalking wrestlers around hotels, bruv. Well, I will happily find out.
It's a strong word.
Them. Yeah. All right. Not stalking them. I'm not talking about, like
standing over them, heavy breathing.
No, like wanking round the corner while they're fucking, But I'm talking about like finding out where they might be or whatever, when they're mooching about and, try and maybe collar someone or whatever, So, I might take this shirt for someone to sign or, I was actually thinking, Damian Priest is doing a sign. He's going to be there.
There are some meet and greets in the pop-up WWE store in Cardiff City Centre, I believe.
Yeah.
I did have a list. I haven't got it to hand, but I think Madcap Moss, Damian Priest.
Yeah.
Some other ones on Thursday and Friday morning as well.
Yeah, EO.
Oh, okay.
Is there
Dakota maybe?
Dakota. Yeah, so you've got Sheamus, Shayna Baszler, Ridge Holland, Dakota Kai, EO Sky, Damian Priest, and Madcap Moss.
Yeah,
and that is St David's Centre in Cardiff, and that is on the Thursday and the Friday. So on the Thursday,
Madcap on Saturday morning.
And Madcap's on Saturday morning. Yeah.
So I mean, who knows? We might even venture, but we're not planning to hit Cardiff until Friday afternoon, so it could be.
Yeah, I mean, I was hoping.
Just miss.
I don't think we're going to get there for Damian Priest. but I might take
we
my
did
figure.
we did have a I did have a conversation about this, and there is hope, but hope is all we have.
No, hope is, but that's fine because it's a long old drive. I think it's about 3.5 hours, mate.
Three and a
Four
half,
hours.
4 hours, yeah. So
If we leave at what we might get there, but it's not. It's a very thin chance. But it is what it is, man. I mean, we'll be there Saturday morning. But I mean, I'd like to go to the pop-up shop for sure.
yes, we would. Yeah, we would very much.
We've got to go there. Saturday morning.
Get a flag for like 80 quid.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Foam finger, £30.
But I mean, that's it from us. Like, please, if you've not already done it, hit the subscribe, hit the likes, keep the notifications on this time. We are going to say don't turn them off just because, we could end up being live and you wouldn't want to miss that.
We are going to go live. And I think we should do some nice shorts as well while we're there. Get some shorts up of us walking.
There you have it. Chris wants to get into my shorts.
I want to get into his shorts and it will happen. Don't worry. We're sharing an apartment.
I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I know Chris is looking forward to it. Thank you so much for sticking around and staying around with us for this one. It's been all over the place, but hell, we don't care.
Yeah, sorry, man. It's just rambles. If you're on your way to Clash at the Castle, have us coming in your ears while you're on the way and just enjoy it, man. This has been a fun episode.
Thank you. Yeah. I'm JB. Next to me, the best Chris in all of wrestling podcasts. I don't have to keep saying it, but I will. It's Mr. Chris Dredd. Chat, Grapple, and Cheap Pops out until next weekend at Clash at the Castle. We will see you soon. Take care, everyone.